Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the products I have duplicates of. Not dupes, not like shopping my stash for dupes, but literally duplicates, like the exact same product more than once, which is a little bit embarrassing. I feel like this video calls for a disclaimer. So first of all, don't judge. Second of all, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of comments at the bottom of this video about how I should just give it away or just donate it, or, you know, there's a local women's shelter. And unfortunately, I have the same response for all of those comments. And that is this. In hindsight, I can now admit that one, I didn't need duplicates of any of these products, and two, I should have given them away a long time ago. But unfortunately, all of this stuff is already old makeup, meaning it's past its expiration point. A lot of it's been used, not all of it has, but a lot of it's been used and a lot of it is too old to donate or give away or pass on to friends. Now, the whole pass on to friends thing, I am the receiver of the makeup that my friends don't want. I'm not usually the giver. There is no like exchange for the most part. My friends buy makeup, they decide they don't want makeup, it comes to me. And that's a big part of how I've accumulated so much makeup over the years. So the buck kind of stops at my door when it comes to the makeup. People know. The word is out. I will take the makeup you don't want anymore, the makeup you don't like anymore, the makeup that you thought would work for you that didn't work for you. I will take it. I will take good care of it. I will adopt it as if it's one of my own, and hopefully I'll use it. But generally, that's a big part of how my stash, my collection got so out of control in the first place, is because it all kind of came to me. There's nobody that really wants the makeup I don't want. I just take the makeup everybody else doesn't want. So yeah, I don't have any sisters. My cousins all live out of state. Yeah, that's kind of how this happened. So that's the disclaimer. The third thing is that I did have a project pan idea focused on all of these duplicates. And it was called Ditch the Doubles or Ditch the Duplicates or something. I don't know. It was a general plan. It wasn't really a solid plan, but I never did it. So if any of you have a lot of duplicates, let me know. Maybe we'll get this going for 2021, because it's embarrassing to see duplicates of so many products. There's a lot. If I would have been a little bit more in tune with how much makeup I have and how long it takes me to use up makeup, maybe I could have prevented some of this. But it's been years since I bought the majority of this stuff, and at this point I'm either going to use it up or it's gonna go in the garbage because it's too old to be donated or passed along to somebody else. So this is kind of like the final resting place for all of this stuff, and I'm still delusional enough that I'm thinking I can somehow manage to use all of this. I know that's probably not the case, but I'm not ready to just part with it and give up. Like I'm no quitter. So I have to say that first, because I know there's going to be a lot of comments suggesting I give my makeup away, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So let's talk about the product that prompted this entire video. Possibly my most embarrassing duplicate of all. These two right here. Yeah, this is embarrassing because I have not one real cheeky party palette, but I have two real cheeky party palettes. They're identical, and I'm an idiot. This one has been opened. This one's currently in a project. I'm using it to hit pan in something. I don't know what, probably Rocketeur. It still has a brand new unopened mascara and eyeliner and a What's Up. Plus it has these 5 powders right here. It looks pretty much brand new. It's not, it's been used a few times. This one is brand new. It's still in the box. I haven't opened it at all. So what's the story here? Now, I'm not going to give you a story for all these products because we'd be here for 5 hours. But I do have a story that's especially embarrassing about these two. And it's a telltale warning for all you hoarders out there not to do what I did. But basically, I saw this and I wanted it. It was being sold at Sephora several years ago, and I wanted it really bad. And I think I had a discount. Like usually around November, my birthday and the Sephora VIB sale happen right around the same time. So if there is a time when I make a purchase at Sephora, it's usually around that time. So I think I was able to get this for 20% off. And I patted myself on the back for being so patient and waiting for a good deal to come along where I could get this on sale. So I purchased this at 20% off. And I was extremely pleased with myself until about 3 weeks later. I was on Sephora again and I realized that this exact palette was on sale for 50% off. And all of a sudden, the good deal I had had just a few weeks ago was no longer a good deal. And I felt foolish. I felt foolish for impulsively buying this palette at only 20% off. So what did I do? I bought another one. I don't know what was running through my mind at that point. Maybe I was thinking I could return this one with the first receipt. Maybe I was gonna try and do something sneaky like that. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea why I would buy this one at 50% off when just 3 weeks earlier I had bought this one at 20% off. But that's what I did. And I cannot explain it, and certainly not at this point, several years later, can I explain it. But needless to say, nothing got returned. I didn't return anything. I still have both of these. I hoarded them like a little hoarder, and I didn't return anything. And I'm a fool. That was the dumbest thing to do, and I don't know why I did it other than I was deep in the hoarding. I was deep into the makeup buying and the makeup hoarding. And I cannot say that anything I did over those several weeks made any sense whatsoever. But that is how I acquired 2 of the exact same palettes within like a month. This is such a strong reminder of where I was just a few years ago. And if any of you can relate to this experience, we should talk. You need to DM me because that's not a good place to be in. If you're currently in that place, DM me. We need to get you out of that place. It's not a good place. But yes, that's how this happened. Not all of these duplicates come with as fantastic of a story, but I had to open it up with this one because this is literally what prompted this video. One of you guys asked me to tell you that story again, and I have no problem with embarrassing myself publicly for anyone to watch. So that's the story. That's how it happened. I wish I had a better excuse, but I don't. Okay, the majority of what I have pulled out as far as duplicates are makeup, but I do have a couple of skincare duplicates that I cannot explain. I have 2 body sprays that are exactly the same. This is White Ginger and Amber Body Splash from Bath & Body Works, and this is White Ginger and Amber Body Splash from Bath & Body Works. I have had both of these products for like over 10 years, and I didn't even realize until about 6 months ago that they are the same product. That is scary when you're just buying duplicates of what you already have and you don't even know it until 10 years later. Like, it's not good. This is the one I'm currently project panning. Hopefully it'll be gone within the next year. It takes me a long time to get through body sprays, and then I'll just have 1 White Ginger and Amber Body Splash. I have 2 Victoria's Secret Riviera Sun body lotions. Different packaging, identical products. I really like this scent, that's good. I have 2 of them, but I don't know how this happened. When it comes to primer, makeup primer, I only have 2 duplicates, which in the scheme of things is not too bad. They are my Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. I have a mama and a baby. I have another Laura Geller primer that I'm currently project panning, but it's not this exact formula. But these 2 are dupes, and I'm assuming this was a gift with purchase, and this was probably a Holt look purchase. So that's how I ended up with these 2. So these are the only primer duplicates I currently have. There's worse. This is not the most embarrassing thing I have to talk about today, so I'm okay with that. All right, let's move on to foundation. I have a ton of foundation duplicates. Not just like the same line of foundation in different shades for different times of the year, but like the exact same foundation in more than one. I don't know. Let's start with these 3 right here. I have 2 unopened and 1 opened bottle of the Physicians Formula Youthful Wear Spotless Foundation in the shade Light. They're all identical. I bought this, I cannot remember whose recommendation it was that I bought this, probably Emily Noel, and I really enjoyed it. And then I caught wind that Physicians Formula was discontinuing this line, so I bought backups. I haven't even finished the first one, but I bought 2 backups. I do hope to put this in a project next year and finish it off. I cannot tell how much is left, but I use this a lot. I would guess it's about halfway gone. I have 2 Rimmel foundations. These are both the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum Foundation in Soft Beige. I have 2 e.l.f. Mineral Foundations. These are the Natural Mineral Makeup in the shade Fair. I have 2 Neutrogena powder foundations, both in the shade Natural Ivy. I think these were both handed down to me from my friend who declutters to me. Her name is Jamie, and I think these both came from her. I have 2 Laura Geller foundations. These are both the Baked, Balance, and Brighten foundations in the shade Medium. They are identical. They are not actually identical because the marbling on the powder is not identical, but the way they perform on my skin is identical. So as you can see, they have that baked marbling, so they're not identical, but they're identical. Let's talk about highlighters. I have 2 Lunch Moneys. I don't know why. I have a whole bunch of these Super Shock cheek highlighters. I don't know why I would buy a backup of a highlighter I already had. The only thing I could think of is that I did it by accident, but again, how out of touch do you have to be with the makeup you own to buy something without knowing that you already have it? Unacceptable. This is the one I'm currently project panning. This is the untouched one that's still in the box. I have 2 Cover FX highlighting drops, both in the shade Moonlight. One's slightly larger than the other. This was like a gift with purchase. This was part of a holiday set, a 4-pack. I would love to put this little guy in a project and try it out. I have 2 opals from Becca, a sample size and a full size. I think there's a big chunk taken out of this. No, there was, I repressed it. And this one, I believe, is brand new and untouched. Yeah, maybe it was swatched once, but it's basically never been used. I have 2 champagne pops, both full size. I don't know why I would buy a separate single when I have one full size in my Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. What would make sense is if I bought the single first and then I had a chance to buy this palette, but I don't know if that's what happened or not. Either way, I have 2 champagne pops from Becca. This one I've used 10 times. This one I haven't used at all. So I'll be good for the next couple years on Champagne Pop. I also have 2 of the Balms Cindy Luminizer. I bought these off of Holt Look, and one of them, I don't know which one, arrived completely shattered into a million pieces. And so I emailed Holt Look and said, look, this happened, you know, what can you do for me? And they said, we'll give you a $5 credit because I think all I paid for this was $5. And we'll send you out a new one. Do what you want with the old one. And I was like, all right. So of course I kept the old one because it might be shattered, but it's still usable. So I have one that is not shattered and one that is. I do not know which one's which though. Oh, this is the one that's not shattered. Oh. So this one is still perfectly good. This one is shattered into a million pieces. I have not repressed it yet. I don't think. Well, now I gotta check. Yep, nope, still haven't repressed it. Still shattered. I ought to do that one of these days. While we are on the subject of the balm, I also have 2 Mary Luminizers. One from my Balm Jovi Rockstar palette. They don't say it, but everybody knows that this is Mary Luminizer right here. I mean, everyone knows. It's just known that that's Mary Luminizer. And here is Mary Luminizer right here. And although this is not shattered, it's not glued to the pan anymore, and it just kind of comes out. So if I can clear enough space in a magnetic palette to fit this, that would be great because it's not really in here anymore anyways. Beautiful highlighter. I like it very much. I just don't need 2 of them. Especially since we all kind of know that Opal from Becca is pretty similar to it anyways. So like that's 4 right there of the exact same highlighter. Another The Balm product. I have a mama and a baby of Cabana Boy. This is a blush from The Balm. The little guy came in an Ipsy bag, but I already had the full size. I actually think this little one would make a pretty decent eyeshadow, and these can be used on the eyes. All of the Balm's products are marketed as eyes and face. That would be a very pretty eyeshadow. Maybe that's how I'll use it. Maybe I'll repress it into a pan that's a little bit more accessible than that itty bitty square. I don't know. I have 2 of the exact same Stila convertible colors in the shade Petunia. I don't know how that happened. This one has never been touched even once. It is completely brand new. This one looks like it's been used maybe twice. I have 2 pans of Makeup Geek Summer Fling. They're identical. They're both brand new. Neither one has been used even once. I think what happened here was I was shopping the Makeup Geek website and this individual pan was for sale. It was being clearanced out. I think it was like $2 or $3 for this one pan. And I thought, oh, what a good deal. I'll buy it. But then I got an email for a blush bundle where they bundled up like 8 blushes at a seriously discounted rate. And I thought, oh, what a good deal. But this was in that bundle as well. So that's how I ended up with 2 of these. I have a mama and a baby of Bare Minerals Clear Radiance. How do you use this? Who has Clear Radiance? Who's used it? How do you use it? Is it a highlighter? Is it a blush? Is it an all-over setting powder? I want to know. I have 2 NARS Orgasms. One came from Jamie. This one. This one's mine. Both have a long way to go, Both have a ton of product, and I have 2 of them. And my final embarrassing blush dupe comes from Too Faced. I have a full size of Justify My Love. This alone would probably take me 3 years to pan. This wouldn't disappear overnight. It would take me a minute to finish off this one blush, but that's not all. No, that's not all. I also have these 3 little samples right here. This one is Justify My Love also. I think I bought these in a pack. All 3 came together in a pack. This one is Your Love is King. This one is Justify My Love. And this one is Love Hangover. Now these are small, much smaller than that full-size one. But I hear they're not easy to get through either. And that these take a long time to pan. But that's not all I have. That's not all. I also have this entire palette from Too Faced in all of the Love Flush blushes. I have the same 3 samples again in here. Love Hangover, Justify My Love, and Your Love is King. So I have 1 full size and 2 sample sizes of this one shade of blush right here. I have 2 little guys of this and 2 little guys of this. That's ridiculous. Why do I have that much blush? I don't know. I do like blush. Let's move on to bronzer. I like bronzer too. Laura Geller, Sun Swept. Is this a blush? Is it a bronzer? I don't know. It's kind of both. It's a blushy bronzer. It's a bronzery blush. I have 2. There was a sale going on at Ulta several years ago where Alexandria Garza had put together a bag of her favorites from Ulta. And you could get it for free if you placed a $75 purchase at Ulta. And I did that twice. So I have 2 Sun Sweps from Laura Geller because this was one of Alexandria Garza's favorites. I have 2 Lorac Tantalizers. I'm not sure if this came from that same set or from a different set, but the situation was very similar. Like both were gift with purchases and I made multiple purchases, so I got multiple gifts. I think at one point I might have had 4 of these and I ended up giving a couple away to Jamie. I did give these away. She really likes these, but I still have 2 left. But once again, my most embarrassing duplicates for bronzers come from Too Faced. Let's see if I could sort this all out. I have 4 samples of the Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. This little guy, this little guy, this little guy, and this little guy. They're identical, and I have 4 of them. But that's not all. I also have the Chocolate Soleil bronzer inside this duo right here. That's the Chocolate Soleil bronzer right there. But that's not all. I also have the Chocolate Soleil bronzer inside this palette right here. This is the Too Faced, the little black book of bronzers. And right here is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. You will also notice this little leopard print guy down here. I like to use this as a blush. It's kind of a bronzery blush. I have another one right here. Look at that. Sometimes the things I do make me speechless. We're not done. I have more doubles. How long is this video? Is it an hour yet? It might be up to an hour. I don't know. I've been talking forever. Here's a cute little thing from Clinique. I'm assuming this was a gift with purchase. I have 2. One was mine, one was Jamie's. The one that's more used and more loved is Jamie's. Mine is barely untouched. But they are identical. Same story. 2 of these Estee Lauder palettes. The one that's used and loved was Jamie's. The one that looks brand new and untouched is mine. I don't know. I found two more doubles of bronzers. I have two Bare Minerals Warmth, a mama and a baby. I kind of fell down a weird rabbit hole with some of these products. For example, this bronzer in the Skinny Dip, is that what it's called? Yes, the Skinny Dip from Bare Minerals. This is just a deluxe sample right there. And while I was looking at it, I thought, I feel like I've seen that before. So then I went into this palette here, the Regal Wardrobe from the Bare Minerals, and sure enough, I have the Skinny Dip right here. So I have two of the Skinny Dip. But then when I was looking at the names of the rest of the products, I thought, the Summer Fling, that looks familiar. And sure enough, here is the Summer Fling right here. So I have two of the Summer Fling and two of the Skinny Dip from Bare Minerals. The same thing happened with MAC. I was looking at this little palette right here from MAC. This is the Burgundy ×9 palette. And while I was looking at the names on the back, I thought, Star Violet. This shade down here. I know I have Star Violet in a single because it's in my Dude You Pan My Battleship project. So I have two Star Violets, a little one and a full size. But then as I was looking at the rest of the names, I saw the name Honey Lust, which is this first one right here, a beautiful shimmery golden champagne shade. And I thought, that sounds familiar. And sure enough, I have it in here. I have Honey Lust in here. This is the Eyeshadow ×15 Warm Neutral. This one right in the middle is Honey Lust. So I have two of those. But that is not where the similarities ended. As I'm looking back at this Burgundy ×9, I'm thinking, look at that shade right there. That reminds me a lot of Corey. And sure enough, I turn it over and it's MAC's Corey, which I also have a full size of right here. And I'm trying to hit pan on it in a project right now. There's Corey, and here is Corey up here. They're the same. Why? Why do I do what I do? I don't know. I have this In the Nude palette from Makeup Geek. Great palette, all neutrals, beautiful. Can't complain. Comes with famous foiled eyeshadows in the Spotlight and Grandstand. Beautiful shades. I have them in this magnetic palette right here. I bought a huge bundle from Makeup Geek again. And here's in the Spotlight and here's Grandstand. I have two full size of each of those shadows. Let's talk about eyeshadow primers really quickly. I have two from Pure. I'm guessing these both came with Pure eyeshadow palettes because I probably would not have bought these. This is the Cease Crease eyeshadow primers. I've never used them. But when it comes to eyeshadow primers that I have time and time and time again, the winner has to go to Lorac. Each one of these came with a different eyeshadow palette, and I have 6 of the exact same eyeshadow primers. I have 2 identical eyeshadows from The Balm. This was another Ipsy eyeshadow. Didn't need it because I already had it. This is Matte Batali, and it comes from this palette that I already had. They're identical. Awesome. 2 plummy brown matte eyeshadows. Just what I needed. NARS Himalaya. This one's in my Dude You Pan My Battleship. It is a beautiful shade. I like it very much. Gorgeous. This came in like a Sephora gift set with like a sampler, like a Sephora sampler set of different popular products. But I also have it right here. 2 of them. Are you seeing double yet? I have 2 of these Lorac Summer Glow palettes. They're not the best palette ever. One was a hand-me-down from Jamie, one I bought off of Haute Look. I don't know how Jamie got hers, but this is what it looks like. And I have 2 of them. I have 2 e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous eyeshadows in the shade Toast. If any of you guys follow Jessica Lee, you've seen her pan one of these, and you know it takes forever for her to pan one of these. I have two, and I'm a much slower panner than Jessica. Let's talk about Stila Kitten. I have a full size of Stila Kitten right here as a single. I have a Stila Kitten right here. It's not quite a full size, but it's a decent sized pan. It'll take me a while to get through it. That's Stila Kitten right there. I have Stila Kitten right here. This is a split pan. That's Stila Kitten. I have Stila Kitten in here. This is the Eyes Are the Window to the Soul palette. Right there, Stila Kitten. And I have my In the Light eyeshadow palette right here. Stila Kitten. Granted, this is a gorgeous shade. I think this is one of my favorite shimmery eyeshadows ever. It is gorgeous, but do I need 5 of them? No, I do not need 5. 5 is a little bit excessive. ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. I have 2 of Crimper. I have 2 of Sunset Boulevard. And I have 2 of Bandit. If this isn't an example of online shopping gone wrong, I don't know what is. I mean, like scrolling through going, that's pretty, I'll get it. That's pretty, I'll get it. I already had it. I have 2 of these NYX Ultra Pearl eyeshadows, loose pigments in Mink Pearl. Twins. I have 2 Ulta Mineral eyeshadows in the shade Jade, a pretty greeny gold. And I have 2 Bare Minerals eyeshadows in the shade Celestine. I don't even know how to say it. I'm pretty sure this comes as a part of a Bare Minerals starter kit, at least it used to. And one was probably mine and one was probably Jamie's. And now I have 2. It's just kind of like a pretty taupey brownie shade. I'm not going to be talking about the dupes of black eyeshadows. I have probably 6 of Urban Decay's Blackout. Not even going to be pulling those out, but I have a bunch of those exact same shadows over and over and over again. I have enough Urban Decay Blackout to last me 5 lifetimes. Let's move on to lip products. I don't have as many lip product dupes as some of these other categories, which is good, but still I have way too many. This is the Victoria's Secret Lip Balm in the shade or scent Pink Sugar. I love this. I love this very much. If you've been with me long enough, you know that I panned an entire one of these last year. Well, I finished it this year in January, but I worked on it all last year. I still have 2 of these, despite the fact that I finished one. And I have others in different scents, but the Pink Sugar scent is my absolute favorite. I love this product. Did I need 3 of them? No, I did not need 3, but I still have 2 more to go. I have 2 Urban Decay lip liners in the shade Naked, and I have 2 CoverGirl Lip Slicks lip glosses in the shade Hint of Shimmering Sunset. I have 2 of these L'Oreal liquid lipsticks in Nude Ballet. And I have 2 of these Cargo liquid lipsticks in Anguilla? I don't know how to say that. Anguilla? I have 2 of these number 7 lip crayons in the shade Daydreamer. And finally, I have 2 of these Avon, what are they called? Slick Tints in Opal, Glossy Opal. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I have 3 of the e.l.f. eye lid primers. Shadow Lock eyelid primers. I have 3 of them. Whew. I cannot tell you how much work it was to dig up all these products, pull them out, and then talk about them. That's exhausting. I hope that through project planning, I can get some of these numbers down. What do you guys think about a project involving getting rid of some of these double items? I mean, I have at least a full face of doubles alone. That's ridiculous. Do you guys have a lot of doubles? Do you buy them intentionally because you love the product so much? Or is it a result of shopping blackouts where you're just buying without really thinking? Or are you also like me and you at some point lost touch with what you actually had and you weren't really keeping track of what you had and buying them thinking that you didn't have them, but you actually had them? If you have multiples and duplicates, let me know which one of those people you are. I'm curious to know. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a while. I'm sure this is going to be a very long video, and it was fun. It was fun shopping my stash for all of these double items, duplicate items, and highly embarrassed at this point, so be nice in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.